They raised their hands. Men and women raised their hands and said, I want to join. And I understand the risks. You are going to have to save the world. But as remarkable as you are, your intellect and talent alone will not be sufficient. I've seen my share of real heroes in the hospitals fighting COVID-19, on the streets keeping America safe and open. And I know that there are other qualities necessary to be today's heroes. So if you'll bear with this old sailor for a minute or two, I'd like to offer some thoughts on the other qualities you will need to help save the world. You must have courage. Winston Churchill once said that courage was the most important quality of all because it guaranteed all the rest. He was not just talking about the physical courage to charge the hill, run into a burning building, or stop a madman with a gun. He was also talking about moral courage, the courage to stand up for your convictions. Physical courage has long been the hallmark of a great warrior, but I would offer that the moral courage to stand up for what's right has an equal place in the pantheon of heroes. If you hope to save the world, you will have to stand by your convictions. You will have to confront the ignorant with facts. You will have to challenge the zealots with reason. You will have to defy the naysayers and the weak-kneed who have not the constitution to stand tall. You will have to speak truth to power. But if your cause is good and decent and worthy and honorable and has the possibility of saving, then you must do what all heroes do. You must summon the courage to fight and fight hard for your convictions.
One of the hardest, most challenging things that comes with being successful is understanding it's not easy. It's going to be extremely challenging. It's going to be rigorous at times, but you're not going to be able to handle that if you just do the bare minimum. You have to be willing to go all in and always give the best effort that you can every single day. You have to be willing to wake up and give your best no matter what situation you are in. You have to be willing to find the best in every single day and understand that you can be better than you were yesterday. Find ways to grow and learn and mature in ways that you never thought possible. Understand that there's always room for improvement. That in fact is the biggest room in the entire world. Room for improvement. And success is by no means an extremely easy journey. It's going to be one of the hardest things, if not the hardest thing that you've ever done with your time or your energy in your entire life, because you go through some insanely high ups and insanely low lows. You go through times where you're going to struggle and you're going to feel beat up and beat down and like what you're doing is impossible. But when you feel that, you have to understand that failure is the greatest learning tool that you can ever use, because you're getting that experience and that knowledge and you're understanding what you can and can't do, what is possible and not possible in that area that you're trying to accomplish. Figure out what you are truly capable of by rising up from the failures, because nobody cares how many times you stop. It just matters how many times you get up.
Every one of you changed the lives of just 10 people, and each one of those people changed the lives of another 10 people. Then in 5 generations, 125 years, the class of 2014 will have changed the lives of 800 million people. Over twice the population of the United States. Go one more generation, and you can change the entire population of the world, 8 billion people. If you think it's hard to change the lives of 10 people, change their lives forever, you're wrong. A young Army officer makes a decision to go left, and the 10 soldiers with him are saved from a close-in ambush. In Kandahar province, Afghanistan, a non-commissioned officer from the female engagement team senses that something isn't right and directs the infantry platoon away from a 500-pound IED, saving the lives of a dozen soldiers. Well, I'm confident that it will look much, much better. But if you'll humor this old sailor for just a moment, I have a few suggestions that may help you on your way to a better world. And while these lessons were learned during my time in the military, I can assure you that it matters not whether you ever served a day in uniform. It matters not your gender, your ethnic or religious background, your orientation, or your social status. Our struggles in this world are similar, and the lessons to overcome those struggles and to move forward, changing ourselves and changing the world around us, will apply equally to all. Every morning in SEAL training, my instructors, who at the time were all Vietnam veterans, would show up in my barracks room, and the first thing they'd do was inspect my bed. If you did it right, the corners would be square, the covers would be pulled tight, the pillow centered just under the headboard. It was a simple task, mundane at best, but every morning we were required to make our bed to perfection. People today are deeply pessimistic about our future. However, in spite of all the nation's pessimism about our leaders and our institutions, you, the veterans of this great country, remain a bright spot in the nation's optimism. You give the nation hope. They know that if you serve, you are honorable men and women. That if you serve, you are duty-bound to the Constitution. Be a great teammate. Help those around you. All you have to do to quit is ring the bell. Ring the bell, and you no longer have to wake up at 5 o'clock. Ring the bell, and you no longer have to be in the freezing cold swims. Ring the bell, and you no longer have to do the runs, the obstacle course, the PT, and you no longer have to endure the hardships of training.
Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, please go ahead and like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and let us know what you thought down in the comment section below.